So hello and welcome back to Test Drive Thursday. Today we're taking a look at the Mercedes Actros MP3 Reworked version 2.1. So let's get started by taking a look at all of the customization. So here we are inside the truck configurator. So this is where this mod really should excel. So let's have a look. Let's start off with the cabins. We've got the low roof sleeper, which is so small. I mean, just look at that. So fun looking truck. Got the high roof sleeper, a little bit more headspace, and the mega space. Now from here, it almost looks like there's no glass. It's kind of unusual until you get to certain angles when you can see it, because it's so clear. I do wish it had a little bit of a tint on it, because it does look really low res in there, and you can really tell when on some of the trucks it's being optimized a lot better. So let's go over to chassis. As you can see, there's loads to choose from. All of them really have this sort of extra fuel tank option. I've no idea if that affects the range, but we'll see shortly. But basically, the usual set: 6x4s, 4x2s, 6x2s by 4s, stuff like that. And we've also got an 8x4, which gets all these tanks up here, lights, and it's a bit of a beast. I like the way that sort of design flows around there. See if it sort of came around here with this black piece around the edge. That would be really nice. But let's carry on. So engines range from a 320 horsepower V6 up to a 598 horsepower V8. Now, I think that's quite a nice range. All Bluetech 5s. It's not overpowered, and I don't really think it's underpowered. 320s, not too bad at all. I like how you get the V8 in chrome on there. That's really nice. But yeah, let's carry on. Also changes the model designation on the side. Can't speak today. Transmissions: 6 speeds, 12 speeds, 16 speeds. Nice range there. Hopefully, I might try this in a bit. If it's got the sort of quick shift gearbox, like with super responsive gear changes, I might try that in a bit. But I am using it in manual at the moment. Onto the interior. This is always where this gen of Mercedes has sort of been let down in the game because of the interiors. I remember this, the Trust Edition. I mean, look at that, the lime green and almost reddish brown seats. I like the sort of quilting on it, but no, just no. Don't know what that means. Blue display must be on the dash. So yeah, they haven't really done much to improve that. You've even got probably a little bit boring and just way too far. So I'm going to go with a little bit boring. We have to see what that blue dash does. Now we got the paint jobs here. Fairly unusual. I mean, I've got no idea why it's got that checkered flag on it. Black, what's that say? Black liner. All a bit low res, to be honest. Caterpillar, Ghost Rider, golden liner, even though it's like beige. White liner, you can hardly read that. So yeah, some of the paint options are a bit weird. Can definitely say that, but they definitely do all work, which is nice to see. Yeah, let's just go for white for now, or grey whilst we're customizing it. Now there's a lot of options. So starting off down here, you got some mud flaps, lower grille guard. Got the option to have fog lights on or off, as you can see. You can change the front bumper to plastic if you're doing it on a budget. As you can see, it saves a little bit of money, about half the cost. Let's keep it for paint now. Got a bull bar. They really do need to make some new bull bars, because some of them just don't work. I do think they look terrible. I do like this, the chrome inserts on the grille, they work really nicely, especially when you got some like chrome wheels, chrome mirrors. It's not over the top, but it's you can definitely notice it, so it's very nice sort of mix. You can add lights on the grille, and I like that you can add them between the sort of grille here. It really sort of hides them. I really do like that. Got some strobe lighting. I mean, look at that. I find that really, really nice to look at. Not over the top or anything. Looks really nice. Then you can even get a glowing logo, which I find so nice. Such a unique feature on the Mercedes. Got the door handles. Some Bluetech 5. Sort of badging on the side. You can make that plastic if you want. You've got all the door steps. You can change the location of the exhaust, as you can see here. You've got all the mud flaps. Sadly, you can't make them paint. That would be nice, but plastic's alright. I'd rather have it without, to be honest. I think it looks a little bit better. And I don't think there's anything around the back. No, I can't see anything. So what we got up here, we got the flags, we've got decals on the windows. Sadly you can't tint them, because as I said earlier, I do think it looks a bit rubbish in there, and I do want to hide that a bit. What else we got? We got the plates, a rain sensor double. Obviously that doesn't do anything in the game, but in real life that will obviously turn the wipers on when it needs to. Got the TomTom sat nav, because there isn't a built-in one. What's that? Oh, text. So let's say used trucks and services by Mercedes-Benz. A very unusual sun visor design on the Mercedes. Sort of goes in at the middle. It's like eyebrows. Then you got all the standard SCS ones. Up here, got the light bar, all standard stuff. It'd be nice to see some painted light bars. They're always nice. And then the beacons. So on the inside, we can change the wheel. It's that horrible colour. You got the plate, you got the sat nav up there, or you can have it here. It's nice that you got a choice there, black or white. I'd probably go for black. That works well there. Sort of sits on the dash. Got the rain sensor. Got little options on there. Look at that. Look how old that is. Wow, that's dated. Got the bag on the seat. What's that? Is that the Raven thing? Yep. All like the curtains and standard stuff. Oh, I forgot that. That's massive. Look at that. That's pretty cool. But there we go. So now I'm going to do a time lapse of me building this truck to my spec.
Everything that happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
Past that.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just
Okay then, so here we are, all fully configured. Now I went with the V8. It was the most standard V8 that you could get. I believe it's around 510 horsepower, so it definitely won't be a slow truck. Gone for this sort of metallic-y turquoisey effect with the matching colour lights at the top, which look really, really cool. Lights in the grille. I went for the glow-up Mercedes logo, which is so cool. I just think it looks like a nice truck. It definitely looks dated now, but I do think the customization on this mod is pretty good. Now on the inside with the blue dash, as you can see there, it's basically just blue backlighting. I don't really like it, to be honest. I find it harder to read than the black. But obviously right hand drive, you can get it in right hand drive. The seats look very weird. They sort of stick out into the back and then they sort of bend forward again. I don't know how to explain it. They don't quite line up for me. But other than that, it is pretty bland in here. There's no colour, it's all grey. I mean, when you compare something like this to the new Scania with the V8 interior, the difference is absolutely unbelievable. But anyway, let's have a look at the dash. So when you put the parking brake on, as you can see, that all lights up like that, which I find pretty cool. You can't actually cycle through the info displays when you got the parking brake on, which is a bit annoying. But let's start here. We've got some pressures there. Oil level, okay. Look at that. Diesel tank, 395 litres, range of about 1,000 miles. You'll probably get about 800 realistically. We'll have a look at that in a bit when we've done a bit more driving. No idea what that does. And then you got a digital speed readout, which is very, very useful, and it's so easy to read. Otherwise, you got the fuel level and some pressures over there. You got lights, indicators are up there, the high beam designation. Other than that, it's all pretty standard. I like how the hazard light actually lights up. It's very detailed, this mod. I mean, it's not too low textured either, which I'm happy to say. I like how the parking brake moves as well. But anyway, let's get on the road. Now, when I started up, it does sound pretty unusual. Just listen to this. It sort of fades on, the engine. No, it doesn't sort of kick into life. It just gently turns on, which is a bit unusual. Alright, where are we going? I think it wants to... Where are we going? So we're doing a U-turn. Right, it wants us to go all the way down the bottom. I'm just going to do a U-turn, I think. Right. AI being as weird as it can be. Let's just indicate out and hopefully someone lets us out. What on earth? But yeah, we are away now. I went for the 6-speed. I've got it in manual mode, so I'm using the H shifter. We'll just turn around in here, if you're wondering. Because I found with the 12-speed, this thing has a lot of torque, and you just don't need 12 gears. I found anyway. But yeah, we're in Scotland, if you're wondering. Currently in Aberdeen on the Pro Mods map. It's very nice around here. I like all the streets and everything. But yeah, back to the truck. I feel like you sit very, very high in this, but the sort of cabin wraps around you. Now, I really do like the dashboard design, even though it is sort of dated. It just makes you feel like you're in a cockpit. It's really, really cool. But you don't get great visibility over the front. I mean, it's very high, the dashboard, and I just can't get my seating position right. I either feel too far back, too close, too low. You know, I just can't get it right. I don't know if it's the field of view or something, but I think maybe if I go like that, that's maybe better. I don't know. I just can't get it right. But yeah, look how useful this digital speed readout is. Very nice. And the light where the sat-nav's positioned as well, it's right in your viewpoint. Because in some of the trucks you'd have to sort of keep glancing down, which I don't like. But it's very smooth around town, this V8. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but I do find the manual in this a bit hard to change. I mean, it's very slow to sort of engage the gear. It's a bit annoying sometimes. Like, it's a good second before it engages it. which is annoying. As I said, I have been driving automatics quite a lot recently. That doesn't make sense. Maybe it does, I don't know. I have been driving automatics quite a lot in this game over the last few months, so it may be just because I'm not used to obviously getting back in the manual, but I don't know. Oh, this is tight, look at this. I wasn't expecting this. It's a bit random really to a chemical plant. I wouldn't really expect that. Scania with no mirrors. Okay. Right, what are we picking up today? Hopefully it's not expired. No, it's not. 23 tons. So, should be a fairly good test for this truck. Definitely not slow. Right then, let's get going. Well, it doesn't really like second gear. Right, I've got to take that into consideration. It actually drives pretty nicely when it's got a trailer. It just feels a little bit unrefined without, like the power delivery, but when you got a trailer it feels a lot better. It's a lot more consistent. Wow, yeah, what a difference. Yeah, it's about 130 miles this. So we'll see how we do. Oh my god, the AI, stop being annoying. They're genuinely getting worse. I mean, how bad can they get? It's quite loud inside. I'm also noticing. We see what it's like when we settle down a bit. Here it's, I wouldn't say droney, but you definitely do hear the engine work. Brakes are really sharp. Came to a stop way before the line then. Come on. It doesn't feel like 500 horsepower, I can say that. Feels about 100 less than that. Right, when I put my foot down about 1,000 RPMs and just nothing happens. About 1,500 it picks up. And I'd say it's happy changing about there. But even though the engine note doesn't really suggest that it's happy about it, it really sort of screams at the top end. Like it's not happy being there. But around town it's alright. See, I'm getting up to speed. 60 limit in the UK. Right, what lane do I need to be in? Oh, slow down to 50. Right, it's not telling me which lane. Guess we'll just keep in this one. And indicate off. Yeah, I think that was the right lane. Apparently these roads are meant to be really nice in Pro Mod, so I thought we'd take a trip down here today. We'll test how this truck handles. Right, we should get a 60 limit, I think. Nope, still on 50. Right, come on. Here we go. It's definitely working it, this trailer. Come on. What's 6th like? That's alright. Let's keep it in 6th. See how we do. carries its momentum really well. Like, it feels really solid on the road. Like, there's hardly, well, there's quite a bit of body roll, but it feels quite planted. You see what I mean? Yeah, look at this road. Slightly downhill as well. Let's use a retarder. Wow, that's not very effective. Not the nicest noise in the world. Yeah, let's carry on. Wow. Really does pick up speed. As I said, the visibility isn't great, so it's not awesome for looking at scenery like we are here. I mean, the mirror placement, I don't really like it, because throughout they stick out quite a bit, but the gap between the sort of door and the mirror isn't quite big enough to see around junctions. So yeah, the visibility isn't great, I'm finding. On the new one, it's so much better, even though the mirrors are even bigger and more useful. It really does hold its speed really well. Right, how are we doing on fuel? Because it is revving quite high for 6th gear. We're doing, averaging 58. That's not bad. What's that say? 30. Whoa. That isn't the safest speed drop. 55, that isn't bad, considering it's what, at least 10 years old, this, maybe more, and it's a V8. The best I've got out of the new Scania V8, possibly, maybe, probably that actually, that's the best I've done on a long journey. Right, 4th gear up a hill, it's holding that speed. Right, come on, let's get going. It definitely feels like a relaxed truck. It doesn't feel like the Scania. That's always ready to go. Right, come on, let's get going. Let's change down to 2nd actually. Right, come on. Jag overtaking us. He could definitely do with a little bit more power. I'd recommend that top of the range 598 or whatever it was. It just isn't quite enough. I mean, it's a decent amount, but it's not a comfortable amount to drive. I've also noticed with this blue dashboard, well, in right hand drive mode anyway, all of the sort of odometer and time are really small, like on the little screens below the speedo and the rev counter. So yeah, that's weird. Right. And back into 6th. So there we go. It's quite hard to position on the road as well. There isn't much to sort of line up with on the dash. The views around here is really nice. Got a bit of a straight bit. Let's see how we do. Change down. But yeah, just listen to that. It's not a pleasant sound. I mean, you compare that to a Scania V8, completely different. Right, so this is fully down now. I mean, 23 tons, it's not massively heavy. $63, 64, 5. We're on 70, there we go. And let's just hold back a bit. So we're turning off here. Inverness, I believe that's where we're going. Turns in quite nicely. Very sort of predictable steering. How many miles we got left actually? 32. Yeah, I don't like pulling out in this. I mean, if there was stuff coming then and needed to go quickly, the power just doesn't come early enough, which could be a little bit of a problem. But yeah, how would I sum up this truck? I do find it likes cruising. It doesn't like getting up to that speed, but once it's there, it's fine. Visibility isn't great, but you'd sort of expect that. It's a bit of an older truck now. The customization from this rework mod is very nice. There isn't too much you could add. Maybe painted sort of mud guards, not mud guards, what do you call them? The stuff that goes over the wheels, I forgot the name. I suppose you could call them mud guards. Wheel covers or whatever. Maybe painted them. And just little things like that that I really think this mod could benefit from. But other than that, it's very nice. It's really high quality in here. And definitely recommend having a go with it if you like your Mercedes trucks. Yeah, very nice. I just wouldn't go for this blue dashboard because I don't think that's working properly. But I do like all the dashboard animations with the parking brake and stuff like that. Just the little details set apart this mod from others. But we should be coming up to Inverness shortly. Right, might actually put the cruise control on. Let's just put it on. So that turns up there. That's very big and very nice. I like that a lot. As I said, it's very loud in here, even at 6th gear. I'm not sure what it'd be like with the other gearboxes, but with this 6-speed, it revs quite high, which would be a bit of an annoying thing on a long journey. Right, looks like we're turning off. There we go, and we're just turning in here. See what this thing is like to reverse. Okay, so there we go. Not the most precise parking, but not too bad. In fact, let's just turn it off. See how we did on fuel. 86? That's gone up a bit. Wow. Yeah, not so good then. Look at the wheel coming back up, that's nice. But there we go. Let's unload. So if you've enjoyed that video, please do give me a like, subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.